Welcome to Touching the Edge. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Drake, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm happy to be here with you because I want to share with you what I call anchor practices that ground us and help us from not flying off into the storm. So to me, one of those practices that I want to share with you today is what I call the 7 positive questions. And I really say the 7.5 positive questions. And I just want to go through those with you. I'm going to answer them. I'm going to ask you to answer them as well. So the first of those questions is, what is observable hope? What are you seeing in the world that's giving you a sense of hope? I know it might sound ridiculous with so many things happening. And with things going on here in the Twin Cities, it's been so painful. But I want to suggest to you to keep looking for observable hope. One element of observable hope for me is the amount of support I see in the Twin Cities for the immigrant community. We have such a large, vibrant immigrant community from all over the world, and I think it's really tremendously important that we support those people. And I want to suggest to you that I see so many people who are so encouraging of the immigrant community. So observable hope, actionable hope. What are you doing to give yourself a sense of hope? For me, even doing these videos is a statement of actionable hope. I'm doing these videos as an encouragement, and I want to suggest to you that me doing this, or I just wrote a small book that I'm going to be putting out. To me, this is actionable hope. What are you doing that's creating actionable hope? The next is faith. What does faith mean for you? What is faith? It could be sacred faith. Lean into it. It could be faith in community or faith in creativity. I want to suggest leaning into faith is important because when you are in faith, you are at ease. So what does faith mean for you? Where are you finding it? Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is about saying yes. Enthusiasm in theos is about saying yes to what you find to be sacred. So what are you saying yes to? What are you saying yes to with encouragement? How are you supporting people? How are you supporting yourself? The next of the 7 positive questions is creativity. Lean into creativity. Find ways of stimulating creativity and recognizing that all of these are blending into each other. So when you find creativity, you find hope, you find faith. So you find enthusiasm. So how are you stimulating creativity? It doesn't have to be grand. It could be something small. It could be about making a new recipe. It could be about knitting a scarf for a loved one. How are you finding creativity? How are you being creative and stimulating the community? The next of the questions is, do you have some kind of deep yearning? I want to write books. That might be surprising to you, but yes, I want to write books. And I want to write books, and I want to have the courage to put them out there. What are you doing? Or what would you like to do? Would you like to write a book? Would you like to go to France? Or maybe go see your grandma? What would you like to do? What is a deep yearning for you? The next of the questions is about love. Who do you love? Who do you love that gives you a sense of strength and power? I love my daughter. I love my family. But the first person who comes to my mind is my daughter. But it doesn't have to be the great love of your life. It could be a friend. It could be someone you have, a barista at a coffee shop that you have appreciation for. It could be a stuffed animal from your childhood. When you ask yourself, who do you love? Who comes to mind? The next of the questions is, what do you love about yourself? What is the romance of being you? Part of the romance of being me is doing these videos. I do this. I don't know if people are going to be interested in them, but I do this anyway. And this is part of the romance of my experiencing my own Drakeness. What is the romance of being you? So those are the 7 positive questions. Observable hope, actionable hope. What are you doing that's giving you a sense of faith? What are you doing that's giving you a sense of enthusiasm? How are you being creative? What is your deep yearning? Who do you love? And what do you love about yourself? Ask yourself these questions regularly, and it will help to shift your day. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. When you stimulate your own sense of hope, you stimulate hope for the community and make a difference. I bring my hands together and I bow to you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for your presence. Namaste.